Morning, church. Just want to share a quick thought with you this morning. We've all heard the phrase, don't judge a book by its cover. We can take that very literally. Just picked up a book off Cable's bookshelf, a Narnia book, probably old-fashioned now, but a bright artistic cover. Would have been appealing to kids at the time, I'm sure. Lots of fancy book covers out there. But interestingly, the best book of all often has a pretty bland cover. My Bible has a very simple black leather cover. But we all know that phrase isn't specifically talking about books. It's talking about anything that you might judge outwardly, a circumstance, people. And what it's saying is actually you need to look beyond the outward appearance to see what truly something or someone is about. And it's an idea it's not a new phrase, coined simply for the English language for our day. It's a phrase, an idea that goes right back to Scripture. And I'm thinking specifically of a verse that came to mind yesterday when I was looking at a study for last night. And it's when Samuel is going to anoint David king. He goes to the family of Jesse and he looks at the sons of Jesse. And the first one, Eliab, is a tall guy. He's the sort of guy you think he's going to be perfect to take over Saul as king. But God says, no, he's not. And let's read the verse to you. But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look at his appearance or at his physical stature, because I have refused him. And this is the important bit. For the Lord does not see as man sees. For a man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. That was 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. The Lord doesn't look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Basically, God doesn't judge the book by its cover. God looks inside. And it's a theme throughout Scripture. God is interested in people's hearts and what's going on within. We were looking last night at the church of the Laodiceans. And the Laodiceans thought outwardly, and they were right. They had everything together. They had wealth. They were self-sufficient. They had need of nothing, they said. But Jesus saw them very differently. He saw them as spiritually poverty-stricken and blind and naked. And Jesus and man there had very different views. And this idea of the heart is so important to us as Christians, because there is a tendency amongst us and amongst all people to look outwardly and to think, have I got it together outwardly? Do I look good? Not just in terms of self-image, but that might be the case. But in terms of is my life seemingly going well? Are all my things in order? But in reality, God isn't interested in those things. God's interested in what's going on within our hearts. Are we turned toward Him in our hearts? Are we speaking to Him and seeking Him within? And that's the thing that makes God happy. You think of David, and his life wasn't altogether outwardly for a lot of his life. He was pretty messed up at times, but he was a man after God's own heart. He was a man who would quickly and regularly turn to God. And may that be the story of our lives too. People who, understandably, we won't have it all together outwardly, but inwardly, I hope our hearts are turned toward God this day. Thanks. Bye-bye.